Okay, so I'm back with my bag, so you can see how this will properly work out tonight. I hope to make some future video with showing it actually being done in real life, since we're going on our first camping trip. But this is a trial for your benefit. So I have here, let me back up a bit so you can see it. It's a pretty standard, like, carry-on sized suitcase. For this arrangement, I'm thinking lying it horizontally, as far as, you know, basically like it is right now on the floorboard there between the seat and the back seat. The first trip we did, I actually had it on end vertically, but we were on I had a mattress topper that I put in the back here that was basically for a king size bed that I put over and doubled over. So it was like 6 inches of foam. So we were considerably higher in the back. You felt kind of like you were definitely floating, but also sort of submerged in an isolation tank or something. In any case, here I'll put this suitcase down, and it fits in fairly nicely in a diagonal fashion, or did when I tried it before. There it goes. So there's the suitcase, and I have these couch cushions from an old couch that I bought back in the 1980s, but the couch is long gone, but the cushions still remain. I don't throw things away. I'm more of the kind of person that goes through the dumpster and finds things, because even though I'm driving what some people consider a luxury car, I don't have a luxury income, so we make do with what we have, and even sometimes with what we don't have. In any case, I think blankets or whatever you want, maybe a couple pillows would work just as well, but I have these, so this fits in there quite nicely to create a first level. Then you take, like, what I usually sleep on is this memory foam pillow, and I just put that on top. And now the other suitcase for my husband is not here, but it'll be over here on the other side, and you have the same thing for both of us, so I'll just kind of fake that out right at the moment. Now, I should go back and show you what the mattress is. Even the Dreamcase instructions, if you're not familiar with Dreamcase, they have a mattress that's made specifically for the Model 3. But their instructions, you say, don't try to set this up while you're inside the car. There's not enough space for you to unfold the mattress and be in there at the same time. And that's pretty much true here too. The mattress I'm using, which we often use kind of like a futon, is, if I can get the sheet off, is this blue wrestler's mat. Now it's got 4 sections, which I could stretch out the mat and it would go further than where the top pillows are from. But what I find is the slant, if you want to call it that, basically when you fold down the back seats, they don't go perfectly flat. So you have a little, if you look, it's hard to tell on camera, but if you look at the where the pillow is, there's actually an angle from the pillow down to the middle, and then I folded this over the one section, so there's actually 2 sections here in the trunk area to raise the feet a little bit. you know, whatever you use may not be the exact same mattress. So I just want to give you an example of what I came up with as somebody who can't afford an $800 dream case. And this is just with what I have available. Now I slept on it one night as a trial run just to make sure everything was working, and I found that even though I sleep on this mattress is like say on my sister's floor when I go visit, it's more comfortable when it's on top of what do you call, like basically a carpet rug. So I went to Costco and got oh, speak of the devil, here's my husband. He's getting ready to go out and run before our trip today. Do you have any
I'm looking forward to being a human sardine in the wildlands of North Carolina. I feel I was born for this challenge.
Have a good run. Okay, as I was saying, the rug is I think what were the measurements? The measurements lengthwise were 7 feet. So I folded it in half, and that gives you 3.5 feet, which is about the right width for this. So in other words, it's folded once lengthwise, so what's coming up to here at the top is the actual width, which doesn't quite reach all the way up. I mean, you could move things around, of course, but the way it is right now, it's gone all the way down to the toes, and it's missing about 4 or 5 inches, I guess. But I don't think that'll be noticeable. Let's see. Let me go ahead and close the trunk so that you can get sort of the idea of what it would be like. I wouldn't recommend trying to get into the car at night going through the trunk. You've got this shelf here, which is behind the back seats. You can see the sun reflecting off of it there. It's not removable, and part of that's because there's a structural beam that runs underneath it, which I think is mainly for the benefit of child seats and just keeping things as safe as possible in the Model 3. But one thing I would like to point out is, even though down between the wheel wells you're basically a little wider than a like a standard single bed, maybe a couple inches wider, but up here at the top where you have the doors come out, there's plenty of extra room for 2 large guys with wide shoulders to, you know, not bump into each other in the night. So I did mention we've already actually tried this out once, even before the car was equipped with the keep climate on setting. My main problem getting in the car is the height, because being a tall person, depending on how you get through with this beam in the back seat, swinging your feet around, it's sort of a function that I'm probably just haven't quite mastered yet, but we'll get used to. Basically, if I sit on the door sill, my head touches the top of the beam, where I need to be a good, what, 6 inches, maybe 8 inches higher than that. So I got to do something with my head when I swing my feet in. But it's not the end of the world. You just probably don't want to be both trying to do it at the same time, because arms and legs could be flying. So navigate in here. put your feet down, and I've got room, you know, basically I've got room not just enough to lie in, but being a person who sleeps with his arms over his head, oops, close it hard enough, there we go. It's sort of, I mean, I can do that comfortably in this car with the seats all the way forward. There's a good 6 inches even further, so I mean, if you're not 7 feet tall, you probably could make this work. Anything that tall, I'd try a Model S. This car is smaller. You need every inch you can get. And although if you're 7 foot tall, you're probably used to paying first class tickets and all of that needed to get into airplanes and places where you can fit. What else can I say here? I find it